Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. Another surprise!
Out of the blue. You want that with fries? Out of the blue. Come with me across the sea. From another view, we're gonna cook for you.
Nothing but blue skies!
Out of the blue. You want some chili with those fries? Out of the blue.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Out of the Blue.
And we've been invited back to historic Seppeltsfield for this year's vintage.
And Michael, from what I gather, it's going to be an absolute cracker, something out of the box.
On today's show, we cook up a fabulous recipe with sardines and pasta. We look at the famous gravity cellar. But first, Warren tells us about the new tour at Seppeltsfield.
A wonderful new tour at Seppeltsfield is the Village Discovery Tour, where we will immerse you in our Seppeltsfield village. Every day at 10:30, $50 a head, 75 minutes. You'll start off at Vas Virgin at Seppeltsfield, which is a beautiful, award-winning tourism attraction.
I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, excellent. We've got a men's skincare range here if you'd like to have a little try.
So Vas Virgin is a magnificent new addition the last 12 months to our tourism village. It is basically around skincare, around organic extra virgin olive oil, and they've just won the third best new tourism business in Australia at the Australian Tourism Awards down in Launceston. After that, you'll head off to the Jam Factory. Jam Factory's been here with us for about 4 or 5 years.
So Jam Factory is a not-for-profit organisation that help artists. They've been running for 45 years. The main one is in Adelaide, and they originally started in an old jam factory, so that's how they got their name. You're in the gallery at the moment, which we've got our Generate exhibition on it, but every 2 months it changes, so there'll be something different to see. We also have up to 6 different art studios up in our stables that you can actually watch the artisans making.
You'll then head off to Fino at Seppeltsfield, of course, one of the top 50 restaurants in Australia, and you have a lovely bread tasting here where we are right now.
Welcome to Fino Seppeltsfield. As part of the Village Discovery Tour, we're going to showcase some of our sourdough bread that we bake here every day. It's a full sourdough fermentation process. It takes 24 hours from go to woe, and it is flavoured with just a hint of caraway and cumin, which kind of is designed to wake you up when you come into the space. So I'll get you to try some of it.
Lovely.
There's a lot of water in the mixture, which leads to that lovely crumb and a nice moist bread.
Well, here's to the taste.
Oh, why not?
Oh.
Very quick. Oh, it's good.
And crunchy, very good. You're right, very crunchy.
Yeah.
There's only one thing missing. You know what it is?
What's that?
A jar of Vegemite.
Oh, well, we do keep a jar stashed away for those special VIP guests that request.
And then move into our cellar door to taste our amazing new range of table wines.
Dean, so these are all your table wines.
These are all of our table wines that we have for the Village Discovery Tour. The Para is our 10-year-old, our youngest one. It's a blend of 3 different grape varieties. This is a blend of Shiraz, Grenache and Mourvedre grapes. And the average age of the barrels that we use to blend makes it up to 10 years of age.
That is delicious.
It's a wonderful tour just to introduce yourself to the Seppeltsfield Village, and then afterwards you can spend the rest of the day just enjoying yourself. We've got botanic gardens, we've got heritage-listed buildings as part of the estate, and it's just a beautiful way to spend 75 minutes with a glass of wine in your hand, wandering around looking at one of the great wine estates of the world.
Don't forget to bid.
This fantastic travel auctions deal to the Adelaide Hills includes 2 nights plus breakfast starter pack at the Belair National Park Holiday Park. Travel in select times and receive an extra night free. Normally $395. How much will you bid? Call now 1300 65 65 73 or travelauctions.com.au and bid, win, go. Coming up after the break is our delicious sardine pasta recipe. I wonder what Warren will think.
Mickey, what do you got for us today?
Mickey, I have got something very, very special. Fresh sardines from Port Lincoln of omega-3. Normally, over the years, we've only been used to one form of sardines, the canned sardine.
The canned sardine.
But today, we've got this fresh sardines. Mickey, I love your
These
style.
are beautiful, don't
And
they?
we're going to use San Remo bow ties. How about some olive oil? These are anchovy fillets.
Yeah, look at that. How about
Oh,
that?
you can smell them now.
Oh.
You can smell the oil.
We've got one red onion, but do we need the whole red onion?
No, I think about it.
It was a rather big one to start with. And then you put the Florence fennel in.
Why Florence fennel?
Oh, it's got a bulb. The fennel you buy on the side of the road does, but you can use the young
There we
fennel
are.
stems. For this, I've cut the bulb up. See the plume in there
The plume?
too? Plume?
That's with the flavour?
Yes.
I'm going to use this Eden Valley Riesling, but I'll leave enough for us for later.
Beautiful, look at that.
We haven't got the wine bucket just for nothing. You
Now,
know?
Mike, we're going to put some spices in. I've got ginger, cumin seed, cinnamon, and turmeric, or turmeric, as some people call it.
And that's a teaspoon of
Teaspoon
each.
of each, all there.
You want to mix? I'll just give those a bit
Yeah.
of a stir.
Yeah, leave that for about 30 seconds or a minute.
Oh, you can smell it. Oh,
Pine nut.
these were toasted.
You know, you don't have to toast pine nuts because remember in Italy, we were
That's
taught
right.
that the natural, they've got a wonderful oily taste.
And they had that lovely creamy.
taste. Now, this is the good part.
Yes.
You add those. Oh, look at that.
Oh, lovely, these.
How do they fillet those?
Machine. Mickey's really tricky.
You imagine scaling them.
Oh,
Filleting.
there's not too many scales. By the time they handle them, and as I said, this is your omega-3.
Yeah. Now, this is saffron. This is the King's Ransom. This
Which we just infused with hot water
Yep.
from the crocus family of flowers.
I am impressed.
Oh, you like that?
But these come from Victoria.
Ah, okay.
So there you are.
And
Now-
raisins?
Raisins?
Oh,
reckon
black currants, aren't
black currants, yeah.
All right, then. I think we'll put the lid on.
Lid. Is that it? We've done everything?
Yeah, and then we add in the pasta. When they
There it
cook,
goes.
they start to break up. Mickey, they've been cooking for a couple of minutes. See how they're steaming?
Yes.
I'm just going to turn them over.
Yep.
Because the less you handle them, to keep them intact, you know, because they're going to break up with the pasta, I reckon no more than a minute.
Add in the breadcrumbs.
If you want to put those in. I won't mix it until you put in the pasta.
These are bow ties, look.
Okay, fantastic.
Nice, look at that.
Yeah, put the rest in.
Oh, okay. There we are.
Because I don't know how hungry our official taste is going to be.
I reckon it's ready.
Yeah, you want to toss in those...
Fennel leaf, the fern,
yeah,
yes.
the fern. You've got
A bit
some
of mint.
mint,
And some beautiful Italian basil.
parsley.
There, that's it.
And I'm going to get this tasting plate
For a
ready
special guest.
for our very special guests.
How long have you known him?
Oh, about 30-something.
Oh, hello. Hello there.
Yes, our special.
Ah,
Ron, how are you?
Mickey Square.
Mickey 1, Mickey 2.
Mickey 1, Mickey 2. The culinary custodians of South Australia. I can smell the wine. Did you use it in cooking?
We use it very much so, because there's a bit of that fruitiness between the Eden Valley, which you told me is cold climate.
It is cold climate, 400 to 500 metres above sea level is our Eden Valley. And of course, Riesling is the great variety of the Eden Valley. So cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Welcome, lovely to have you here again.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And we've got a
Thank
little
you.
taste for you.
Oh,
That's yours.
beautiful. Wow, just a second. Look at that ribbon. that
I knew you'd do
beautiful?
something naughty.
Isn't that
or
lovely?
mischievous.
That's not a paisley, that's a parsley.
Is that
Well,
San
that's
Remo?
for you. That's absolutely bow ties. And the reason we selected bow ties because they actually capture all the sauce. It sticks to it.
Is it
That's fabulous. Sardines are excellent. They're very fleshy. There's a secret ingredient in here.
Shucks.
What do you reckon? Oh, what do you think it is?
I think it tastes like saffron.
Oh, nailed it.
Congratulations.
Saffron.
Nailed it.
You win.
Absolutely.
You win the Bold
Cheers.
Pasta
Bingo.
Award.
Bingo.
You can
Cheers.
take that home tonight.
Spicy fresh sardines with San Remo bow ties. Don't go away. We're back with Chef Sam Smith cooking up a fabulous duck dish.
One of the greatest attractions here at Seppeltsfield is Fino Restaurant. And with me today is Sam, who's the head chef, who's going to show us how to make one of the most popular dishes on the menu, which is duck. Sam.
So we've got a whole duck here, which is from the Adelaide Hills. So starting, obviously, we need to take the neck off. So just through the bone, we remove the neck skin, and then that neck we can then stuff and turn into a sausage.
Fantastic. I've had those.
Yeah, we use everything. Wings off.
Do you use the wings for stock?
Yeah, all the wings and the bones go into stock. We can take the legs off. Legs we use for a second dish. I'm just going around the oyster. You don't want to leave that precious piece of meat on there. So then you've got the breastplate there. So I'm just going along the side, down to the bone, and then you'll have the wishbone
Right, OK.
coming in along the other side of the wishbone. The cooking technique we'll really render out all that fat. So, and the fat is important for two reasons. Firstly, flavour, and then also it'll help to get the skin really nice and crispy. These have just been drying in the open, uncovered in the cool room for 2 or 3 days.
So the cold air's been
The cold air's
drying
gone across the
moisture
skin.
off.
Yeah, it's dried the moisture off, and that's what's going to give us the crispy skin. So what we want to do is, normally with a pan like this, you'll get it really hot,
Yes.
searing heat. But because we want to really render out that fat and then crisp up the skin, we're going to start it in a cold pan.
Right, OK.
And then that process of the pan heating up really draws that fat out and then leaves the skin to fry in that. And then we'll just give it a little season on the flesh side.
Like you see, that's that lovely sea salt. That duck breast has been rendering for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, you can see the amount of fat that we've taken off it. That's just on a very, very low heat. And what we're looking for is, you can see just the top of the duck breast, the juices are just starting to come through. So at that point, we can just turn the duck and finish the other side.
So how long would that take, roughly?
Probably another 5 minutes. You can also, at this point, just turn the pan off. Sit in the pan, let the residual heat just come through.
Well, the flavours are certainly coming through, Sam.
Yeah, so I'm just going to take them out now. You can see on the other side they've just sealed, and they'll need a little bit of a rest just to let all the juices settle. While the duck's resting, we're just going to gently fry some sage leaves. I've got here some roasted radicchio. That's just been done in a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt through the oven. So a few bits of that. These blood plums, which again have just been roasted. A little bit of the Seppeltsfield Grenache that we've got there. Olive oil, again some salt and pepper through the oven just until the wine's really soaked up into the plums. A few of those. Parsley leaves. And we've got those sage leaves that we fried up. Touch more seasoning. This here is a cider vinegar. A little bit of olive oil. Toss that around. And so this has just had a bit of a rest. It's not overly hot anymore. So duck on the plate, a little bit of salad.
And there it is, Chef Sam's crispy duck skin breast with roasted radicchio and blood plums.
Sam, why have you selected the Grenache for the duck dish?
The Seppeltsfield Grenache is a lighter style and ties in really beautifully with the sweetness of the plums, the gaminess of the duck.
Would you like me to pour you some?
Yes, please.
I think so. I think you deserve it.
Thank you.
I'm going to compliment you on your duck skills and your knife skills.
Great.
Salute.
Cheers.
Cheers. Salute. I'm going to get some of these plums, radicchio. It's hard to talk sometimes with your mouth full, but that pairs so well. It cuts through the duck, the radicchio, which could be a little bit bitter, but then you've got the sweetness of the plums that have been cooked in the Grenache. A great compliment. And again, Sam, thank you. Another cheers. We'll keep doing this all afternoon. You won't be in the kitchen at all, will you?
No. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
After the break, Warren tells us about the historic Gravity Cellar.
Don't forget to bid.
The Travel Auctions hotline is about to close. Up to 3 nights at the Blair National Park Holiday Park, normally $395. Call now 1300 65 65 73 or travelauctions.com.au and bid, win, go! In 2009, Warren reopened the Gravity Flow cellar, which had been dormant for 25 years.
So the 1888 Gravity Flow Winery at Seppeltsfield is our prized possession. Built by Fino Seppeltsfield, the son of the founder. He made a stunning revelation where the beauty of making wonderful quality wine is the gentle handling. And the way to handle it gently is not to pump wines with pumps and electricity, but to allow it to flow gently by the use of a natural force called gravity. Of course, being on the side of a hill, and that's how it uses gravity, there's a lot of stairs. There's 6 levels in the Gravity Flow Winery, and so you're constantly moving from level to level. And it's now crushing the largest volume of A-grade Barossa Valley Shiraz in the Barossa Valley.
The gravity-fed minimal handling approach is now a sought-after modern-day winemaking principle. With 120 open fermenters, the wine shows heightened aromatics and purity of fruit, aided by the gentle extraction of colour, flavour and tannin.
They're 8-ton open fermenters, so we crush basically 4 acres of fruit. So 4 acres of land produces about 8 tonne of grapes, and that 8 tonne of grapes goes into 1 fermenter in the Gravity Flow Winery. And after about a week of the cellar hands cap managing and pumping over those beautiful wines, they're ready to be taken off skins, and we press them and we produce about 6,000 litres of wine from that 1 fermenter.
Well, that's our program from beautiful Seppeltsfield in the Barossa Valley, and what a horrific day it's been.
Warren, thank you. What a great adventure, and what we enjoyed, lots of wine.
From me, from a great vintage, 2019 will be one of the great South Australian vintages. It's the Was from Oz signing off. Good night, Mick.
Good night, Mick.
Good night, Mick.
And cheers.
Cheers.
Don't forget to visit outofthebluetv.com.au for all recipes. See you next time.
Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo.